Hi everybody, and welcome to another week of another episode of the Week in Review podcast. Joining me today is Luddite. Luddite, how are you doing?
I am fantastic. It's great to be talking to you today.
Great to be talking to you as well. Thank you for being back. We have a lot of interesting threads to look at this week, so let's take it away. The first one is the conspiracies of conspiracies, how delusions have overrun America, which is a pretty interesting thread by Herr Schaft, and mainly goes into the fact that all the conspiracies going around are exactly that, just conspiracies of people being very unhappy with the world they live in, and they start seeing conspiracies in everything, everywhere. I think it's a very interesting post with some very interesting ads by people, and the only thing I would like to add is that in the Livermore Fire Station number 6 we have the Centennial light bulb, which is a 120-year-old still running a light bulb. And
Wow.
my only question to people would be, well, is that a conspiracy, or is that just the capitalistic world we are living in, that we just deliberately make products worse because of the capitalistic world, or is this a conspiracy, and how do people look at it?
It could also
What do you think?
It could also be a very well-made light bulb.
Well, it definitely is a very well-made light bulb, but I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. So as you can see, we have a lot of interesting reactions and a lot of people giving their side of the coin and their views on it. Very interesting. And I definitely recommend people to take a read on it.
Yep, agreed. I must admit that book title, if I saw that on the shelf, not that anyone goes to bookstores anymore, but what a title. Conspiracies, the conspiracy of conspiracies. That's a great title.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Okay, next.
And next we have, the George Hunt New World Bank, Religion and Rulers of the World. Great post by Oracle, of course, and I definitely recommend everybody to take a listen and look at the video. It's quite long, but it's also, it's an interesting look to see the other side of the coin, the semi 1%, to see them talk about things developing in our current world, and then having them talk about it a long time ago.
Yeah, I have to watch this. I bookmarked it and didn't get around to watching it this week. And wow, yes, an insider's view. How true is it that this is the insider view? We never can tell because of that conspiracy of conspiracies idea that you were just talking about. Maybe we see conspiracies everywhere. Maybe this is one of them, that they're giving the insider's insider view, and that's the conspiracy. I doubt it, but it's on 60 Minutes and it's a very dubious show. We all know that. Can't trust that show, but you never know. Some stuff slips through the gaps. This could be one.
I agree.
Yeah. Never know. And I think that if you do care too much about these things, then they can create depression and anxiety and negative artifacts in your own life. So all listeners out there, if, these kinds of stories and threads that we're going through, if they trigger you, then take a step back and go smell the roses. There's more important things in the world.
Oh, those are very wise words, dear Luddite.
Thank you. I'll do this one. The Pope, the kings, and the people. Poor Oracle got no responses on this one. Please, I beg everyone to go and just to have a response to this. She's just referencing the this archive.org link. I think we could probably improve on this thread's presentation, Oracle. Someone must go and chastise her. Next up, buddy, go for it.
Operation Juniper 1, I hope I pronounced that right.
I don't know,
Juniper
have
2.
no idea.
So let's just give me a pass then.
You pass.
As a possible Thank you. As a possible elimination of the old world survivors, I think Catalyst obviously is one of our great contributors. And once again, this is an amazing thread, and it goes way, way deeper than is possible for him to put down in this thread. He puts a few good links there as well, and I would definitely recommend everybody to take a look at it, take a scroll through it. Try to go in with a blank mind. Like everything with history, you have to try to forget what you already know and just see how the information presented in this thread, how it adjusts your points of view, because it has some really interesting points. And a lot of Russian people, I find, have a lot of interesting information, which is very hard, at least in Europe, to come by. So I definitely recommend everybody to look at this thread. And if you have the time on Tart Aria, there's also additional info on it. So I think he's onto something.
Yeah. Definitely.
What do you think?
Definitely one of my top 10 thread creators for sure. I just want to make the point for my own interest, I guess. When you put together a thread like this, it's not just days. It's more than that. It's all of the little bit of downtime that you have in between dinner and helping out with the family and work, and you're thinking about it a lot. And the amount of content that is in general left on the cutting room floor for this, for a job like this, it's ridiculously huge. When Max, when you're doing threads, how much stuff that you leave behind. Look at how much stuff Catalyst would have left behind. It's a monster thread, and I want to know what was left behind and why. I sometimes want to get the backstory of these, so that's just my curiosity there. What do you think?
I agree. Yeah, it's very interesting thread. Thank you, Catalyst.
And a lot of replies down here too. So yeah, everyone hop in and have a look.
The Knights Templar and the Cañón del Río Lobos. Well, Will Scarlett, of course, also one of our great contributors, posted this thread.
Yep.
And it starts on I think he called it the River of the Wolves or something like that. Mm-hmm. And it's
Canyon of the River of the Wolves.
Oh, very well informed. Yeah, well,
I think it's here.
It's down there. Oh, never mind. It's a very interesting thread, and it goes into one of the churches there as well, and the route which some of the wanderers take passing through there, and apparently some of them get mugged. Has a lot of amazing pictures added on it as well, and one of the things I find highly interesting is the window in the church.
Oh, yes, so did I.
Yeah, it has a lot of symbolism in there, which I don't want to go too deep on.
It's also got no glass. There's no glass there, and it's potential that some of these structures, we've talked about this before, it's probably some kind of subwoofer and air pressure release valve.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Really wonder how it looks like on the inside. It looks very acoustic as well.
Yeah, I saw a church today that I drove past that had its roof and one of the walls removed so you could see right into it, and it had obviously experienced a fire.
Of course.
But yeah, but there was no exposition going on there, so who knows? It was maybe just a real fire. And it looked pretty bare inside. The oldest copies of the Bible. I love this. I've been fascinated by the Bible for a long, long time. Depending on what countrymen you speak to, you will have their version of who owns the oldest Bible. So in this thread, it's no different. We've got the. and I can't pronounce this new member's name, Ayadna. Would that be how you'd say it?
Well, if there would be a flag attached, it would be a little bit more easy. But let's go with Ayadna.
Yeah, they might be using a VPN or something. I don't know. Ayadna, or it only happens when you're logged in, which I'm not at the moment. So I don't get messages and pop-ups. So what are the oldest copies of the Bible? And many people have got their responses down here, and case in point, you depending on what the country is from, the person's from, you get a different a different perspective of where that data's coming from. But wow, I've read this thread top to toe a couple of times. It's so good. There's a real lot of cool information in here, and I love it. Please hop on and give us more information. Contribute and evolve our collective knowledge.
I agree. One Piece of Tartaria. Well, this is a very interesting one as well. I've got to say, I always try to stay away from the media and whichever they add. We've talked about that in the past as well. But true. Of course, some small remnants can be left in there. And especially in... I forgot the name of this show in particular. I think it has something to do with alchemy, and it's been recommended to me a couple of times. And apparently, they drop a lot of weird. They give small fragments of what could.
Full Metal Alchemy, is that one? Oh, Full Metal Alchemist. You've just dropped out there, mate. Hello. Max has disappeared. So, I'll just continue on from what he was saying. Full Metal Alchemist, and there's a lot of truth bombs all through here, apparently. I've seen season 1 or 2 many years ago. Can barely remember it. So... okay, Max, I hear nothing. Okay, I'll just continue on. Yes, there is a lot of nice responses, nice replies to this thread, and thank you, Silver U, for this media analysis of a TV show.
Natural versus Unnatural by Anjunbai. I do hope I pronounced it right. He has some very interesting quotes from the Bible that he's laying out, and I want everybody to look at this and to see if it in what way or any way connects to their life, and if they whatever they can get wiser out of it. I think it perfectly aligns with the conspiracy of conspiracies threat. A lot of things in there which definitely apply to our current life, our current age, and our current way of living. A lot of interesting responses as well.
Yep. They control the food production. They control education, medical profession, book publishing, media, alternative media. He really hammers home very, very clearly all of the control points that are in our face. It's nice, and the responses agree with what I just said there, and I wasn't just pontificating. I have had a look at this, and so I totally agree with it. This one of the weirdest charts, but it's very cool. And Nigel is maybe you should talk about that a little bit more. So many cool responses here. We could spend an hour just on this.
Yeah, I agree. But moving on. The Nevers by Lunchin001. It's another media-related one with a, how do you say it, truth straws possibly hidden inside the haystack of trying to...
Truth drops.
Truth drops, is that how you call them?
Yeah.
I was going to go with the haystack analogy, but sure.
Needle in a haystack.
Well. The needle in a haystack. Yeah, very interesting. I always have a problem with people trying to reenact historic things because we clearly do not know how people lived 200 years ago and what they did and what they did not do. But yeah, well, some truth straws or truth drops may be hidden inside. Go watch it, form your own opinion, and please drop us a comment. Let us know what you think.
Kind of looks like the type of show that was written with men as the main characters, and then the producers swapped it out to women, and then that's how they got the funding to make it.
Okay, I gotta say, I'm very, very... I don't know anything about the show, so...
yeah, I've never seen it
I'm gonna take your word on it.
That's just how they're doing a lot of TV shows now. They're just, hacks. Okay, last up, Opera 2021, Oscar-nominated animated short film, another media analysis. Geez, how many have we had this week? At least 4.
Yeah.
Magnum opus. Of course, that's what it is. And I said in episode 3 how I love that username. It's so good. It's so good. We can't play. Our friends at YouTube have decided to ban the video, so can't watch it. Sorry.
Oh, that's very weird. It's an Oscar-nominating short, and YouTube decided to cut it. That's,
Yeah, so he's saying that this short was selected as one of the contenders for the short film Oscar, and that it won't win, but that it has a lot of information about a cyclical history. So I watched this at the beginning when it was posted. I thought that was nice to see. I actually clicked on it because I thought it was talking about a mistake in Oscars, that they were putting some opera music through as a nomination rather than a show. And I thought, well, they're idiots, so anything is possible.
Yeah.
But it was that's the only reason I clicked on it. Some of the media ones tend to trigger me, so I try to avoid them. You've got to know yourself, don't you?
Yeah. It's important to stay untriggered on this website.
Yep, that's right. So a cyclical history, pyramidal one-take tiering from dregs to the elite. That sounds pretty cool, actually. So, and a fair few people have gone into here and responded. So there's a whole bunch of people looking into this. So if this is something that ticks some of your boxes, go in and comment and give us your opinion. And otherwise, thank you everyone for listening to this week's Week in Review number 5. And Max, thank you for taking control of it, and I've just railroaded you at the very end. Whoa.
No, it doesn't matter, dear Luddite. I'll do it next time when you're on the lead. Don't worry about it.
Please do. You will not just be my guest, you will be my helping hand then, and vice versa.
I'd love to. I'd like to thank you as well. Thank you for all the time and effort you and everybody else running the website puts into it. Thank you for all our listeners. You are not alone because we are here as well. And stay open-minded, and we will find each other.
Amazing. Love it. Thank you very much, my friend. Speak soon.
Have a great day, Luddite. Thank you as well. Bye-bye.